Hello, everybody. Today I will be teaching you guys and informing you guys about deceivement in advertisements. So, my main bullet points will be a brief history on how advertisements have deceived audiences, how advertisements manipulate audiences, how advertisements lie to audiences, and how advertisements deceive audiences nowadays. So, some of the earliest stages of deceivement in advertisements was a book by Vance Packard that was published in 1957 that really demonstrated how deceivements in advertisements happen. It was really like one of the earliest published books that showed audiences how they were deceived back in the 50s, and it was a really smart book that explained to audiences that didn't really understand why they're being deceived and why would companies do that to them, and it showed audiences that you couldn't believe everything that you saw online or that was in advertisements back in the day. So, advertisements manipulate audiences through multiple ways. One of them is pulling at audiences' heartstrings. That's a really popular way. You would see them use a sick puppy and tell them that only you could help save them because if you donate money, that's a really popular way. And they just try to pull at your heartstrings and make you feel sad for them or feel angry for them. Either if you're sad, you're angry, or happy for them, and then you want to donate money for them, and that's a really popular way for advertisements to manipulate audiences. Another really popular way is having a celebrity endorse. So, for example, Taylor Swift endorsed Diet Coke many years ago, and that was a really popular way that Coke thought audiences would buy their product because Taylor Swift was endorsed by them, and that just shows how ads wanted celebrities to endorse their products because if they thought that if audiences saw Taylor Swift, who was a really popular pop star, still is, drink their product, audiences would want to drink their product because Taylor Swift is drinking their products. Ads also lie to audiences sometimes. They just straight up lie to them. They would show, for example, Burger King would show a quarter pounder, and in reality, it's like half of the burger. That is not what they advertise. Same thing with McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Wendy's. They would just straight up lie to audiences and not even give them the product that they promise, which is deceiving in all ways that many people have sued the companies for because that is not what they advertise. They advertise a full big burger, but in reality, they got something that's that little. So that's another way advertisements deceive audiences. Another way that advertisements deceive audiences is by lying to them in the way that they show a product that it looks like it's on sale, but it's not on sale. So, for this example, they show a purse at $60 on Monday, but on Friday, they advertise it to make it look like, oh, it's more expensive, but there's a sale going on, so in reality, you're getting a good deal. But it was cheaper on Monday, but now they're trying to upsell it and try to advertise it as it's on a sale and you're getting a good deal because you're going to get one for free or half off, but in reality, that's just more money that you're spending that you could have just got one for a lower price earlier in the week. And that also really happens a lot during Black Friday, which they would advertise TVs as a higher price, but in reality, a week before, it was the same price. But now they're just advertising it that, oh, it's on sale. So a lot of people would go and rush the stores because they thought that it was on sale, but in reality, it was always the same price. But now they upmarked it to make it look like it's on sale, but in reality, it was the same price the entire time. So in summary, advertisements love to use all these methods to make people buy their products. They either pull their heartstrings or emotions to get them to buy their product, or they mark up the prices and make it look like those items are on sale. In reality, they're not. They were just always the same price, or they just upmarked it to make it look like it's on sale. Or they make it look like their product is really popular and that if you don't buy it, you're not cool. That happened a lot around 2018 with Supreme. That was a really popular brand back then, and basically everybody would be wearing it, and they marketed it as if you're not wearing it, you're not cool or you're not popular. So that was the trend back then. and add straight up lie about what their product is. Sometimes they advertise a product that could help you de-age, but in reality that can't happen, or they just lie that their product is this big, but in reality it's very small. So in conclusion, companies will put out any type of advertisement to get audiences to buy the product. They want money first and foremost. They don't care what you think about it. As long as you buy it, they're happy. So next time you see an ad that's trying to manipulate you or trying to deceive you, think again if it's a real product or if it's just trying to take your money. And these are my sources. And that's it. Thank you very much.